What up, Jug Blades? Okay, I got a new knife today, and we'll be showing that off. But I'm going to show you a couple knives that I haven't showed you of my collection. This will kind of finish up my collection other than the Damascus ones I will show you next time. So we'll show a few of them that I didn't show at all, and then we'll go into the new one. So first off, we'll show this. This is a Stiven, and it's 1428 steel. And the shape of this is pretty cool. I really like it. Not a very big knife. I'd say it's kind of a smaller knife, I would say. Kind of not too big. I'll show you against the Elementum here. Kind of the same size as the Elementum. I mean, really thin and skinny on the scales here, and on this right here, it's really good. The holding on that, I mean, you can get a pretty good hold on it. If you want to, you can bring up your finger, but with me, I'm going to touch it with my finger. So therefore, when you touch this with your finger, you take a chance of cutting your finger. So, I mean, if you have big hands like me, I mean, you're going to have to deal with this. I like this knife. I think it's pretty cool. I like the belly, and I like the way the shape is. I mean, it's pretty neat. That's the reason why I got it. Like the knife. It's got some jimping up here, and the jimping's good. I mean, it's kind of far apart, but it kind of goes in an angle where it really grabs a hold of your finger, so you don't have a problem with opening that up. And it is an interlock, like usual. Nice knife. It's got the back flipper here, and it also has a little hole here, and then it's got these grooves. These grooves is a good spot where you can stick your finger in and just pop it out from the groove. Nah, it didn't grab that good. So let's try it again. I mean, you can even go up here to the little hole. Yeah, it's probably better that you do the groove, because the groove takes it more to the middle of the blade, and it really does help. I mean, I'll probably try it one more time. I don't open knives like this, so that's why it's kind of, I'm trying to do it with my middle finger. There we go. There you go. So, I mean, not the best. I mean, we'll take it at that. So, I mean, but it does have a back flipper. So, therefore, being a little bit hard, you know, I could say something that you could probably take. You could probably grab, it's kind of a thicker steel, but you could probably grab a thumb stud and kind of put the thumb stud up here and screw it down and hold it tight. And maybe you could, you know, put a thumb stud on it and have a thumb stud on it, because that little hole right there, it's so tiny that it's really hard. I mean, it's really good for your thumb. Your thumb can get up in there. I can get up in there with my thumb. That hole is all right for your thumb, because usually when the thumb hole is up here higher, it usually does a really good job to be able to grab it with you. Well, if the hole is up higher, it's usually easier to grab with your thumb. And it's a little bit difficult with this, your finger, because your finger, well, at least mine. I mean, it might be different for a person that knows how to do it really well, but as you can see, it's just too hard for me. So, I mean, I would just stay with it with just that right there. So we'll go ahead and put that down. We showed you how big it is compared to the Elementum. It's really kind of the same size as the Elementum. Elementum is bigger. It's a little bit more bulkier of a knife, so your hand fits around it a little bit more differently. In some ways, it might feel better, the Elementum, because of the simple fact that it's bigger. And so it's a little bit thicker. We'll take it to the Mini Praxis. I like to use these knives as subjects because they're cheap knives. I mean, they're cheap knives, and they're knives that people can actually obtain. I'm not going to throw an expensive knife or a knife that you don't possibly have the chances of getting, you know. I mean, I want you to be able to use a knife in retrospect that you could possibly go out and buy and spend some money on and not be too disappointed in the money that you spend on the knives. You know, so I mean, like this Praxis, you know, Mini Praxis, just like the Civivi, is just a knife that is only $30. The Civivi is a little bit more upper class, a little bit more higher than like a low budget, I would say. But I mean, in the end, you know, you get that good click. You get that from the interlocks. That's what's so awesome about frame locks and the interlocks, is you get that click. So we'll go ahead and do our little inches. See how long that we got here? We got about 7 inches. So that's about how we got it there. The blade, I would say the blade, I mean, if you want to do it like this, it's over 3 inches by far. And that belly kind of goes down, so you got to add probably a ½ an inch because of the blade. Because what you're doing is you're getting the belly on that blade. So here you're seeing 3 inches, And I would say it's a little bit less than 3 inches, so it fits. But if someone wanted to be a dick and say that counts as more diameter to it, but I don't think they would do that. To be honest, I don't think they will. So we got that. So it's a 7-inch, not bad. I mean, the back flipper, perfectly applicable. I would say what would be nice is if you could put the lanyard back here, and this has got a hole where the lanyard can go, just like the Elementum does, and that lanyard would really help a person out like myself, because then I could feel something coming out here to give me that full-fledged, feeling of I have a full knife in my hand, which right now I'm just kind of missing that because my pinky doesn't go over it. It barely just goes over my 3 fingers. But with you, it might be way more different because, like I said, I got big hands. So that's what we got here. That's the Sativan, 1428 steel, G10 handles, ivory. I like that. Not bad looking. Kind of reminds me of the Canary I showed you with the ivory scales. And going to the next knife. The next knife, this one I bought. And when I got this knife, I really liked this knife. It's got a hole right here. As you can see, it's got a back flipper here. The detent on this is tough. Notice I can't pull it out because the detent on this is tough. But I can pop it out. Bam! Just like that. Now you check that knife out. That knife is big. I mean, put it up against the Civivi Elementum. Put it up against the Paraxis. We're looking at a knife that just really overwhelmingly just is bigger than it. I mean, I think the only one that kind of could rival it if we take it out. So I would say we'll go ahead and take this out. Take the Civivi out. Take the other Civivi out. Elementum. Great knives. And then we'll put in the knife that probably is really close to being as big, but it looks like it's a little bit bigger than this knife. So it's a little bit bigger than the CJRB Pyrite, Light Pyrite. Weird. Light Pyrite is usually the biggest blade that I have, but this blade really cakes the cake. G10 handle. So I think this is FRN, so I don't like this plastic that much. This, of course, is G10, which is way better. Now, what makes this knife amazing, and I'm saying this because I like the way it comes. I like what it comes with. So this is called the Wallow Patton. Name brand, though, it's just a Chinese brand that just does it, but it's S35VN. We got some pretty decent steel here. And this is just, I mean, you could see this by far. I mean, sharp knife. I've used this knife for what it's worth. I mean, we're looking at a knife that's really cool. I think, yeah, I would have to loosen that detent. That detent is just a little too hard for it. I can do it with my thumb because my thumb is just stronger than all the other ones. So we'll go ahead and take a measurement of this. This is going to be a big knife, my friends. Big knife. We're looking at almost 8 inches. We're looking at 7 3/4. So that's what we're looking on this. This is almost an inch bigger than a lot of the other knives. And I mean, I love how that sheep's foot, or I would say, remember I said whenever there's like a little bump here, I'm going to call that a Wharncliffe. So, and that's what I think is called online, is a Wharncliffe. Now the jimping on this, once again, actually not bad. And they actually have jimping in the blade, in the handle itself. So you got the jimping all around here. So it really holds your hand. And my hand fits. I mean, you see it fits totally in it. Now to choke up on it, it's, once again, not a very good choke up for me, because look at my hand, it's very close to the blade, therefore it's going to have issues and problems. This doesn't have, as you can see, it does not have a clip. Now I know a lot of you are like, why doesn't it have a clip? What's going on here? As you can see, there was a clip on it, but the clip that was on it, it was in there really bad. I had to go in there and physically strip the screws just to get the clip off of there. And I didn't like the way the clip felt in the knife in the first place, because when I put my hand in there, this clip would bury into my skin and give me like a burr. So now there's nothing. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, this is a heavy knife. This isn't a slicer. As you can see, we got a flat grind, so it goes all the way down to the knife down there. So with that, you can see that it's a thick knife. I mean, we're holding, it's thin on the top here, but it goes thick in the middle. And then it comes down here as the flat grind goes down in here. So it's not a slicer. This is not a slicer. But if you felt this knife and put this knife in your hand, this at least has to weigh 6 ounces, I'm guessing. At least 6 ounces. I mean, this is a heavy, heavy knife. Something I'm going to get here later on will be a little measuring unit. Something I've been thriving to do. I keep wasting my money on knives other than a measuring unit so you can actually see how heavy they are. Sorry, but it will be something I will do in the future. So, I mean, I would have to say, this is a pretty nice knife. I mean, I like it. S35N, I only paid $40 for this knife when it first came out. And it's centered, everything's beautiful about it. I mean, this knife is well done. I mean, I like it. I mean, this is your normal everyday carry you would carry. I mean, I'd get a new clip on it, a better clip that was on there before. And you can get a clip, and you can get a clip. Actually, it has the 2 off this side, so I bet you could fit a spider coil clip on it. That's the kind of funny thing is, you probably can do that. A lot of clips are really similar to each other, therefore, with the similarities, I can't do it, man. That is just not going to happen. So, you know, but I mean, just that click, that noise that it makes. I mean, you can hear it. I mean, it's just, we got snappy. That is just amazing. So, I mean, really cool knife. I like it. I really enjoy it. I didn't show it before, but I didn't know when I was going to show this, but S35 still is a good steel. No, those of you that are new or don't know what that means, it's kind of like in the medium spectrum, you know. You pay 80, 90, $100 for S35, upwards towards $120, depending on the knife company and whoever creates it. So, I mean, that price of the knife goes up extravagantly. I mean, it goes up pricey and everything. So, today, our new knife of the day, which is, like I said, I'm not going to be doing this all the time. You know, I did one already that you saw, the small knives. Well, today, we got a new knife. It is a Shanzu. That's what we got going here, a Shanzu. So, we'll go ahead and open this box up. Now, something I heard about this knife, actually. But yeah, something I heard about this knife was it's a super steel. So the place, it's on sale, right? It was on sale when I bought it. So it was actually only, originally this knife is $100, but I got it for $40. So not bad. And they literally have other versions of this knife that are $100, meaning it is selling for $100 just with different like variations. So I got the one that was a little bit more cheaper because I'm a budget man. Can't afford $100 all the time, you know. I mean, I may bring some $100 knives in here. I'm going to be having one here pretty soon that I'm going to be bringing in here, and it will be a nice knife. Shut up! I'm going to have to edit that out of this fucker. Sorry about that. Dog started barking. I had to edit that out because I don't think you want to listen to dogs barking. But, like I was saying before, there's other versions of this knife that are the same thing. Exact same thing. Just the G10 is in a different color, a different way of looking, and it didn't really bother me that much at all. And those were actually $100. But this one was on sale for a lot cheaper. And these things kind of happen, you know. People are looking to sell stuff cheaper when they just need to get rid of a certain model because someone buys it because they didn't like it that much. I guess we got some instructions and stuff. Like my boy Flossie says, file and pluck them. Got a sticker, Shanzu. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I really would prefer a sticker that had like a character on it that had a knife or something like that. I want something cool looking. This right here, I don't want this. This is garbage to me. It's not that I don't like the company or anything like that, but I'm not gonna. It's just not gonna really appeal to me. Cloth, got some extra screws for the knife itself. So like I was saying before, this is considered a super still, it said. They literally said it, that it was a super still. Now, do I believe it's a super still? Well, they claim to be 63 HRC. And let's just be honest, things that get up to 63 HRC is somewhat of a super still. So, from what I heard, so as you can see, I love the G10 on this. The color is really nice. I mean, everything looks pretty good. Everything kind of just blends. The clip, we don't got a deep pocket. Well, we got a deep pocket, but it's going to leave a little bit of it out. As you can see, we got it straight down the middle. Great. Got the little hole right here. Got a back flipper right here. This one, ooh, that was nice. Now, as you can see, we got a lot of oil on this bad boy. So, you know for sure that this is from China because they like to fill their knives up with oil. They like to oil it up. Which I'm happy they oil it up because what they're trying to do is they're trying to prevent the facts of it being rusted. So when you oil it, that's what you do to knives. Even though this is corrosion resistance, they still are protecting it. Man, that shine and glisten of this is just amazing. You see that? That is awesome. Shanzu. I actually don't mind the name because the name is like Shanzu, you know? Ooh, gosh, I love that feeling. I mean, just barely. The jimping on this. Now, the jimping on this is not as good as the jimping on the other two knives. It is, you know, it's really minuscule, it's really tiny and everything like that, and I would have to say that's cool. I like this kind of jimping. This jimping is really good. But the problem with it, it's not that deep into the blade. It's barely just going down just a bit, and when you put your fingers over it, your fingers kind of slip on it. So, I mean, you're just not getting that hold that you would get on something else, you know, like that has really good jimping that holds your finger. Because you're going to put jimping on it, you want it to hold your finger, right? Because that's what the whole reason of jimping is to prevent your fingers from moving when you're holding the knife in a position like that. Beautiful. I opened that up with my finger. So, I mean, not even, oh my gosh, not even, that's a back finger right there. And that's amazing. Let's go to the front. Ooh, beautiful. I love that. That right there. Look at this butter. Oh, wow. I mean, and we got jimping here. Now, see, that's the jimping I like. I can feel my fingers like you can feel it kind of like a little bit like sandpaper. That's the jimping they should have put here, but they put it on here, which is good because, you know, well, I didn't do it hard enough. But there you go. Boom. I pushed that a little bit more harder than I did before because if you just push it down, looks like, yeah, it could be a little bit looser, but that doesn't bother me because pushing down and giving a good abrupt push like that, that's good. I mean, that feels nice. I mean, I have got, let's see if I can do my middle finger, and that's my weakest finger of them all. Oh, beautiful. Check that out. The detent on this is the detent you want. Really nice and capable of not opening up, but just giving you enough that you could pop your finger in there just like you can with the Spyderco, because my brother has a Spyderco. So I know what Spydercos do. But boom, and I'll show you his blades here later on when I run out of material. But it's okay. People usually take knives from other people and they showcase them. So I'll show you some of his knives that he's gotten into. He's got some pretty expensive ones, by the way. But this is nice. This is nice. I mean, I paid $40. $40. I mean, honestly, that is beautiful. I love that. That is nice. I almost feel like opening it up and getting in there and cleaning probably all the oil out that's in there. I don't have my screws on me or anything like that, but we're going to start doing that more often now. We're going to start opening up knives lately. And that's something I'm thinking I'm going to do when I get new knives, because sometimes I'm only going to be able to show one. So just in order to take up some time, I might open these knives up and do what I got to do. I know how to open knives up. I know how to do those things. And actually, I say this. If you own a knife and the knife looks perfect like this, leave it alone. But if it has a lot of oil on it, you can go inside and you can clean up that oil by opening them up. I think opening up a knife is a good thing. And I'll tell you why I think it's a good thing. Wow, look at that shine. Look at that. That is a mirror finish on the top of the blade. That is so beautiful. Man, but you can see the lines coming down on this knife. So that's where they sanded it to brush it up. So you got some brushing right there that shows the sand. But if you went through with something and you just I could buff this and make this so beautiful. I mean, that's my goal. I want to buff this knife already. I mean, you can see the mirror finish. This is what I want on the whole knife. I like blings. Now, I know like a lot of people like stonewashed stuff. I don't like stonewashed. That's just not my thing. I like blinged out stuff. I like stuff that looks amazingly awesome and beautiful. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm Mexican, so usually Mexican likes wheels, and their wheels love to be chrome, and that's me. I guess maybe that's where I take it from or whatever, but that's me in a nutshell. And I'll be honest with you, I love that shine and that chromeness of a blade. I mean, it blings, it shines when you pull this out and you just give it that, you know, you're like somewhere and you're like, hey, what's going on? Let me use my knife, and you're like, whoa, that is a beautiful looking knife. You know, you get that bling, you get that sparkle, you get that shine. When the sun hits it, you get that little beam of just niceness. I mean, to me, that's the beauty of steel. You know, I mean, that shine, that glisten. And if you paint it, you know, I want to see the paint glisten and shine and have like a metallic view on it. If you're going to put some PVC painting or something on it, I would like that painting just to pop, you know, something that shows like that color pop and gives it color. So when I'll be showing you my next new knife, which is going to be an expensive one, but when I show you that expensive knife, I'll give you the biggest reason why I got it in the first place. So that'll be a little bit later down the road, but it'll probably be within the next week or so I'll get it, which Lord knows, well, it'll be a week before probably this comes out. So when this comes out, it'll probably be about another week or 2 weeks, or like another 2 or 3 days probably, because I do these things, like I said, ahead of time, way ahead of time. You'll notice when I actually say when sales go on and stuff like that. Oh, so we're going to check on size on this knife. So let's go ahead and give it a size differential. So we're looking at a knife that's not really, we're going to be, I mean, you can see how it pops up with the Civivi. Boom. We got Civivi's man holds up on this baby, and we have nothing there that even compares to it. You know, we got a bigger knife. Well, as you've seen when I put it in my hands, you got that. So I think the knife that's going to be where it's at is the CGRB light. Yeah, as you can see, they are basically the same length. You know, the only thing is this is beautiful. I love the way this looks. I mean, I like this knife, and they consider this a super steel, so we'll put it to the test and see what we think about these knives as far as super steels, because I'll see if I can claim to be, if these are super steels, I'll put it through some tests. It's a slicey dicey knife, as you can see. It's very thin. It's a flat grind, but man, look at that. That is a slicer. That is a slicer. But then that's what you want as a super steel. You want a slicer, because a slicer is going to be able to hold up. I like this knife. I think this knife is amazing. And on that end, I think if you're going to get something and you're going to put some money into a knife, or you want a knife, you know, I mean, getting something this cheap, because I'm going to be honest with you too as well, it is a cheaper knife, and therefore being as cheap as it really is, you know, you have the niceness that it's just, I mean, everything just beautiful. Everything sets up perfectly fine with this. And I mean, if this proves to be a super steel, if it's 63 hardness, I mean, here in a while, I'll be able to tell you the hardness, because that's my next goal too, is to buy a machine that I can sit here and test the hardness of these metals, to see if we can put them to the test, to see if they're really worth that. And that'll be depending on how long it takes for me to get the money to raise up for it. But whatever this does, whatever this function allows me to make, whatever it does, I will do my best to put it, because like everything I do, everything I make is going to go into these knives. It's going to go into this channel. That's all it's going to be, because that's what I want to do. I want to share with you what I love. And I love knives. Knives are amazing. Oh, just to be on a little bit of a fast thing, I did show the one before this one, the small knives. I was going to show you a small knife that I didn't get to show you. This is the Gerber. I wouldn't recommend Gerbers. When we bought it, we didn't think about it much, but it, as you can see, it needs to be loosened up, because I'm sure if you loosen it up. But as you can see, it's a little teeny knife. I'm guessing that this is, what steel is this? It doesn't say it, but I'm sure it's 3CR, 5CR. I mean, Gerber doesn't really put a lot of money into steel, so I wouldn't expect this to be much. I don't remember how much we paid for it, about $10 or something like that. It wasn't that expensive. But I just wanted to show it. It's a little keychain. I really don't care for it that much because it's so hard to come out. I think I have to go in and maybe loosen it up. But it does have a clip on it, so you can put it on there. It's a very small knife. But when I was showing the small knives, I didn't get to show you guys that knife. That's my fault. I apologize. So I just wanted to show you in this video really quick that little knife. I mean, it's not really that special, so that's why I didn't show it. But I felt that I'll just throw it in just to show you guys how that looks. So, I mean, I would have to say, I mean, you look at that steel and it looks really shiny. I think the only thing that's really going to beat it or be better than it will be this, is our Parrot. Because our Parrot, it is got a little bit more shiny. I mean, this, I believe this is a Parrot. Or it's a Canary. It might be a Canary. This is D2 though. So, from what I've been told, now, don't quote me, because this is not what I said. But from what I've been told, when you want to make the shine, when you want to make a mirror finish, it's harder to make a mirror finish on a blade that's super steel. So this is a super steel, so there's a lot of thought put into this to make it go to as shiny as it really is. But in order to get this steel shiny, it's going to be a lot more easier than that steel. And the cheaper the steel is, the easier. And it makes sense because it's softer, it's malleable, it's easier to, you know, make it like that, you know. So it's not hard. Let's just put it that way. Now I know a lot of people don't like this that much because of the simple fact. See how the fingerprint came there, and you just gotta go rub it and get the fingerprint out of it, you know. And you're like, that's what I don't like about shiny knives. You got to be careful with them, and you got, well, dude, that's life, man. Things need to be shined. Things need to be taken care of, you know. When you got something that needs to be taken care of, it gives you that reason of saying, hey, I love this knife and I want to like this knife. I like this knife so much that I'm going to take care of this knife and make sure this knife looks good all the time. And that's the thing. When you're taking care of a knife and you're putting, you know, more things and making sure that knife looks good, then you just have a better respect for the knife, you know? I mean, yeah, you're doing that. And when you're doing that, you're making sure it looks good. But, I mean, all in all, that's just what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. That is what the whole entire thing is. When you're collecting something, when you're doing something, you can admire something. And this right here, even though it is a cheaper knife, and you can use it, you could admire this. I mean, the steel on this is beautiful. I think it's called BDN1. I don't know. It's got all these words to it. Let's see if it says it on the box here. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't say it on the box. Maybe it says it on the paper. I mean, it's Japanese, so it looks like it's a Japan knife. It's a Japanese steel, by the way. So we're looking at, and you know, Japanese take pride in their items. So much pride that they have their own steels, like VG10. It's a Japanese steel. So you got to understand, they, just like everybody else, the Germans, they do the same thing. That's what Bowler is, you know, Bowler steel, Bowler stuff. They take pride in what they make, and they name their stuff appropriately to what they like to, even if it has the same format. Because Bowler 3 and M390 is the same thing as 20SCV. I mean, they're the same still. They're the same stuff in it. The only difference is one's a German still and the other is like more universal still. I'm not sure. I think 20CV might be from I think it's Sandvik, so I think it's from Switzerland, but I'm not sure. Can't. I mean, someone in the credits might show it, or someone in the comments might tell you exactly where that still's from, but I think it's from there. I'm not sure. But I mean, it's usually your common steel that everybody uses, but M390 is just a German type of steel, just like, you know, this is a Japanese steel. You know, that's why it's called differently. So I mean, it's got the characteristics of 9CR. So it's got those characteristics, but a lot of steels do. Nitro V, you know, ARPM9, all those steels, you know, with different names on them, and just all these, because that's what steels do. They like to stick different names on the steels, and all those different names, it doesn't necessarily mean that steel is you know, that what it's trying to do is it's trying to say, well, I'm making the steel that might be a little bit more tougher, or a little bit of this way, or a little bit that way. Because when you look at Nitro V, it's a very good steel. It's great, but it's a German steel, so they just did not want to stick to the 14, the 10, the 11, the 9 CR. I mean, these are the numbers as they go up. They didn't want to make it a number. They wanted to make it something they made for themselves. So that's kind of how it goes. Just kind of like Magna Cut. I mean, one of the best steels right now in knives right now. The best steel to have. It's got a name called Magna Cut. You know, great name, but it's essentially just a steel that's been done differently or put different components into it to make it stronger. From what I heard, Magna Cut has a little bit more chromium in it. I mean, I don't know. Don't quote me. Like I said, I'm not a knife person that knows everything about knives, but I do know a little bit about steels, and I'm learning as I'm going along. And we can understand that numbers mean a lot of things. So the higher the number, 9 times out of 10 means the better the steel is, you know. So if you go to a 3CR, a 5CR, you're looking at low, shitty steel. You go to the 6CR, the 7CR, you're getting better than that, but you're still not quite there. And then when you get to the 8CR, now you're starting to hit formats of steels that are pretty decent. Like Spyderco and Kershaw, they use 8CR, and they use those steels. And the thing is a lot of steels are under 9CR. So 9CR is a steel that normally formats under a lot of knives fall under that procedure, but they just do other things. They heat it differently. They do this. Everything is different, you know. So when you look at it, it's really just a metallurgy. And if you're a knife person, that doesn't mean you know that subject. What you don't know is you don't know what that person in the metal place is actually creating. If you're a metallurgist, you understand everything that I'm saying to a certain extent. So you're probably trying to look at me and say, well, it's not really that, or it's not really this. But I'm not quoting something. I'm not quoting facts. I'm not quoting things to say it's really truthful. I'm just telling you from what I hear from word of mouth of individuals that this is what's good and this is what's not good. So if you go look it up on the internet, this is the format of it. And a lot of steels fall under 9CR. And are formatted under that CR. You know, when you go to 1428 is like kind of like a top of the. I have not seen a 15 CR. I've seen 14, and that's about where it kind of caps at. So I mean, I haven't seen it gone as above 1428. And all that is 14 is how much percentage of the certain. I think it's chromium. I think the CR is chromium. So it's a certain chromium percentage that's in the blade, and then the other one is MO. I think it is. It's 28M or something like that. So it's another. They're all components of steels that are just put in there, and it's just the components of what they put of those two subjects. But there's a lot more stuff in it that no one will tell you what exactly is in it. They just give you kind of the basics, and with the basics, you kind of learn what you got there. So that's what we got for today. I went along a little bit, just kind of charading around, kind of the same thing. Apologize if that's how you looked at it, you know, but. I mean, I like it. I like this blade. This blade's cool. I don't have anything against it whatsoever. I think it's a great knife. I really enjoy it. I love the fidgetness of it. The fidget of this is amazing. I mean, I can use backflips, everything. It doesn't hurt. There is no stress on my fingers whatsoever. My finger fits right in the holes, as you can see, and I got big fingers, so that means your finger's going to fit in it most likely great, unless you have monstrosity of hands, which there are people that do. But I mean, I'm sure you can get a little bit in there, and that thing is nice. It really pans out great, because I got big hands, and I mean, I cover the part of big hands. So, on that note, I hope you liked what we had here going today, and we'll see you next time. The next show most likely will be about Damascus. And I'll be taking it in that direction, showing you my Damascus blades. I think I got 3, maybe 4, but I think it's 3. I think it's 3 knives of that type. So, and we'll show you the 3 knives that I have and kind of go through what I feel about Damascus and what I think is, you know, good about it or great about it in my mind, you know, because it doesn't mean it's all subject to what you like, what you're looking at. Because in the essence of all things, knives are only going to be used to what you want to use it for. And most people are going to use knives to open boxes, cut plastic, and that's about it. And when it comes down to that, even 3CR or 5CR is doable. Just, it won't last as long. But you can sharpen it. But if you're too lazy to sharpen it, then buy something a little bit more expensive. Then you never have to sharpen it after a year. But eventually you will have to sharpen the blade because knives dull. And in order to make them sharper, you have to sharpen the blade. So it's something that if you're going to do and you're going to use it, you need to learn how to do that so you can save yourself money. Because knives will last years and years and years from sharpening. And I mean years. So, I mean, I know some people that own their knives for 20 years. I'll be damned. If I paid $60 and a knife lasted me for 20 years, what the fuck am I saying? I'm saying that this is amazing, you know? And if I put it through some really hard times, I mean, most knives, you're not going to put it through that big of hard times. You're just going to open up boxes. You're just going to open up this or do that. It just comes in handy in situations. But if you use it as a tool, meaning you use it consistently every day, like a lot, well, then you're going to probably want to get a super steel. Getting something like this as a super steel is going to help you because if it does what it's supposed to do, like it says, if it is really 63 HRC, this knife is going to last you a while before it's unsharpened. And since it's a slicer, it's going to last you quite a long time. So I would say, look into something like this. I mean, it's $90, $100, somewhere in there. And you pay $40 for that? If you can get it on a good deal? And these things happen. You can get it $40. I mean, with the tariffs and everything, who knows what you're going to be able to get it for. Life is going to change and things are going to change. Unless we stop this nonsense we have in our politicians with giving tariffs, then maybe we can go back to where we were before, where we could actually afford to buy things without having to worry too much about someone taxing us. All right, then. I mean, other than that, I was glad to see you all. Glad to see everything's going great. And like I always say, we out.